She was an extremely bright, precocious child, or smartest child we had. And we were always amazed at everything that she did. She did everything: piano, gymnastics, soccer. She was the favorite of her teachers always because she was such an avid learner.
During the course of middle school, still seemed normal, not to have any issues, but I think she already had felt, a sense of depression onset for her.
She didn't tell us she was depressed, but you could tell. And then she had a little bout with anorexia going into high school and started seeing a therapist. And, she just got more and more depressed. In high school, nobody knew.
She started, I think, experimenting with some drugs in high school. She already, I think, had depression, and then she was like to run, and she was on the track team, and then she ended up having an issue with her back where she had to stop running.
She was never able to run or do exercise again. We tried different things, but nothing really helped. So that didn't add to her situation. All that social group of friends was gone.
She could just come into a room and put on a different face for everyone else. She would smile and she would talk, and you just wouldn't know unless you're probably with her, living there with her, that she wasn't happy or that she had an issue with drugs. She could hide that very well.
She went to NYU and was in their computer math program. And there I discovered more how much drugs she was doing. And yet she could maintain A's. So it probably wasn't even till after that I got the terminology that there was a co-disorder.
She was looking for an avenue to make herself feel better. None of the drugs prescribed by her psychiatrist seemed to work for her. And so she turned to other things to try and make herself happy.
The little times she'd open up to me, how she would say, "Mom, if I don't do drugs once in a while, I just can't handle life, and it's better than dying." She came back here. She did an outpatient program, so many days, went to 90 meetings in 90 days as far as, those kind of things besides the outpatient program. And all those people got happier. And she just got more and more depressed.
So she never really found a program that covered both well for her. Had pieces of the mental illness to help her focus on that and also on the addiction at the same time.
Melissa had been in a facility here, and the month before she died, and she really wanted to go into an outpatient program there. They wouldn't let her in the outpatient program. They only saw an addict. And so after Melissa died, I went up to them to criticize that they didn't offer her help. She cried and pleaded for help. And the more she cried and said, "You have programs for me here, please let me into the outpatient program." And they would just drug her up more.
She just never had found a place that treated her completely.
She wanted help so badly. I can't tell you how she pleaded for help. She'd turn into just crying there for help, and they wouldn't give it to her.
You need your family support, but you really need others too, and programs and groups to get you through it. And not until the end did she start to have some outside support, allow outside support to come into her life.
But I was the parent. She needed peers that understood her. She needed therapists her psychiatrist understood her, but he was one guy. You need the society there for support. You want to be able to help your child. And when you're helpless and you can't do anything about it, it hurts your very core.
This past November, Melissa lost her life after a long struggle with substance abuse and mental health issues. At Tubman, we first got a call from Melissa's sister Anne, who talked to one of the staff about the fact that she had found Tubman on the internet after seeking some resources and some help, because after she lost her sister, she and her mother were really looking for what could have helped Melissa and what could have made a difference in her life.
And we were just impressed with their programs, that they had groups for mental illness and addiction, and that they're trying to bring in a tri-odorous group for people also who have abused, because a lot of people who are addicts also end up being in abusive relationships as well. And my sister fit in that category a little bit as well, so she would have fit that tri-occurring kind of person who had a little bit of everything touch her life.
And we also have a peer support group we're very excited to be launching that is really geared toward helping people have and build friendships and relationships, people they can turn to, not just service providers who are there for them, but also people in their life that they can call in the middle of the night, that they can go and hang out with and just really be friends with.
It would be a place where people could come together and find the power of like people like them, to know that they aren't alone in this struggle for their life. So that's how we found it, and it seemed like it was a good match, and we wanted to make a difference in other people's lives so that maybe they could find some hope, like she wanted hope. But they wouldn't give it to her.
I hope that her story can make a difference for those in the Chrysalis program. Hopefully the money that we give and any additional money that's given to the program can only improve it and help those individuals that go there for help to make it out there and not have their life end at 28.